Welcome back, everyone. The time is 6:47. There we see some vehicles cruising along on the interstate on this Tuesday morning. 40s all across the board to get our day started. Well, news-wise, we begin in Billings this morning, where 6 people were sent to the hospital following a house fire early this morning. The fire at 2120 Yellowstone Avenue was reported shortly after 1 a.m. It caused an estimated $30,000 in damages to a basement utility room. 4 adults and 2 children were taken to the hospital. No other information on their condition has been released. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Now into today's top national news. Judge Brett Kavanaugh and the woman accusing him of a decades-old sexual assault will both testify publicly before a Senate panel next Monday. The hearing now delays a planned committee vote Thursday on the president's Supreme Court nominee. Democrats want the FBI involved, but the Justice Department says the allegation against Kavanaugh does not involve any potential federal crime for the Bureau to investigate. Remnants of Florence are being blamed for spawning suspected tornadoes, one of them deadly in Virginia. Florence is now responsible for at least 32 deaths. Economists at Moody Analytics estimate Florence may end up as one of the top 10 costliest hurricanes to hit the U.S., with $17 to $22 billion in property damage, maybe more. An investigation into the fatal grizzly bear attack on a Wyoming hunting guide shows a can of bear spray was discharged during the attack. According to the Wyoming Game and Fish Department, a discharged can of bear spray with the safety off was found near the body of 37-year-old Mark Uptain. He was killed in the Teton Wilderness Friday while field dressing an elk. Following the attack, the Game and Fish Department set out foot snares in hopes of capturing and evaluating any bears in the area. While checking the snares on Sunday, a yearling grizzly bear was captured and an adult sow was nearby. The sow charged the team in an aggressive manner, and the bear was shot and killed by Fish and Game personnel. The yearling was also euthanized after the team found evidence of its involvement in the attack. Investigators believe the 2 bears were responsible for the attack, but they will continue with a forensic analysis to provide additional scientific evidence. Uptain's client, Corey Schubon, who was visiting from Florida, escaped with several injuries and has since returned home. He shared his story with one local news station.
He swiped at me on my arm, and then he went around behind me and grabbed my back of my ankle, and he swung me by his jaws. I tried to throw the gun to Mark. It didn't make it to him, and the gun landed on the ground, and somehow the grizzly let me go and charged Mark again, and that's when I made the decision to just run for my life.
A GoFundMe site has been set up for Uptain's wife and 5 children. So far, it has raised more than $114,000. The site says the money will go to the family to help alleviate the financial difficulties in losing a husband and father. Now we go to Yellowstone National Park, where the man who was captured on video walking on the Old Faithful geyser now faces multiple charges. In addition, other park visitors captured photos of what appear to be the same man on yet another natural feature of the park. Kelly Koshak says she was visiting the park with her family last Friday when she took video of the man near Burrell Spring, about 40 miles from Old Faithful. Koshak says everyone around her, including family members and visitors, were yelling at him to get out. Since his arrest at Old Faithful, the man has been released on bond. Charges include walking off trail in a thermal area. Yellowstone Superintendent Dan Wink says the man's actions were against the law and the entire incident remains under investigation. And for the second time in less than a week, another person is attacked by an elk near Mammoth Hot Springs in Yellowstone National Park.
Get over the fence!
As you can see in this Facebook video, a pair of tourists are suddenly rushed by an elk and just barely escape. In the distance, you can see other visitors scramble for safety as the elk circles back toward the other side of the field near the Mammoth restaurant. Park officials tell us the Mammoth area sees more than its share of elk encounters.
You know, I think we have a larger resident group of elk that lives around Mammoth Hot Springs year-round, combined with, you know, Mammoth being a pretty popular destination. So those two things add up to more opportunities for people to get too close.
2 people have been injured this year after elk attacks in the Mammoth area. Herbert reminds everyone who might be around elk at this time of year, be watchful at all times. He says it's often necessary to keep moving in order to keep a safe distance from elk during the rutting season. A word of warning from Billings police to stay alert after an elderly woman is robbed at her home following a visit to the ATM. It happened Monday on the 3600 block of Olympic Boulevard. Police say a man confronted the 81-year-old woman after she pulled into her own garage. The suspect demanded her wallet and money and said he followed her home from a nearby ATM. He said he would kill her if she didn't hand over the cash. Police are now looking for a man described as tall and slender with dark skin, possibly in his 20s. He was wearing gray clothing, a gray beanie, and concealed the lower part of his face. The victim was not hurt. A fatal crash is under investigation in Dawson County after one man died while driving on Montana Highway 200 South. The accident was reported just after 7 a.m. Monday. Highway Patrol Trooper Joel Graham says the driver, in his early 50s from the Circle area, drifted off the road for unknown reasons. The Ford pickup truck struck a power pole, flipped multiple times, and continued down a ravine. The driver, whose name has not been released, was the only person in the vehicle and was not wearing a seatbelt. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The newest report on oil and gas production in North Dakota shows July was a record-setting month in the Bakken. July oil production set an all-time high in the Bakken at 1,269,000 barrels per day. July's gas production also hit a new high at 2.4 million MCF. And the number of producing wells also set a record for North Dakota with 14,972 wells in production. On the downside, for the third consecutive month, North Dakota failed to meet its gas capture goals. The daily volume of gas flared up to 45.4 million MCF, which could trigger regulatory action such as production restrictions on some wells. Mineral Resources Director Lynn Helms says the flaring issue is now prompting the state to invest more into the feasibility of storing unprocessed gas underground. And now in health news, new numbers out show Montana weighs less. The results from the Centers for Disease Control show Montana has the 6th lowest obese and overweight population. Health experts credit our outdoor recreation culture and communities that are bike and pedestrian friendly. But 1/4 of the state's population is still overweight. And type 2 diabetes and hypertension, diseases commonly associated with obesity, still have a serious impact on our communities. Those most at risk are the elderly, people with disabilities, and those who struggle with substance abuse.
Even though we are lower, there's still a lot of work to be done. You know, 25% is 1/4 of our population that is obese, and that's a pretty significant amount of Montanans that still need that help to become healthier, become more active.
Montana's Public Health Association conference begins today in Helena. Montanans will discuss research and strategies with national public health experts for the upcoming year. And back here in Billings, local drivers are familiar with roundabouts, but do you know how to proceed when you meet a pedestrian at a roundabout? Well, new technology is ensuring you do. As crews wrap up construction on Central Avenue, they will add 2 new roundabouts at 36th Street and 38th Street West. There's also new pedestrian-activated push-button signals so people can cross the road safely. The pedestrian signals aren't new to roads, but fairly new to Billings. So new, in fact, the new roundabouts along Shiloh Road don't have them because they were built before the Federal Highway Administration mandated them. It's also an effort to keep traffic moving. City engineers say the new pedestrian crossings should be complete by the end of October.